Hi there YouTube, this is just a very quick video really for rare share, just to demonstrate what I was talking about in the comments. So I have here two copies of Queen Rocks. This was the original release and this was the release that just came out just after. Both have the very swanky side bar that has Queen Rocks on it. So they're obviously a different cover. But the most interesting thing I wanted to show you about this disc is that there's a slight imbalance in how the tracks are cut. Now I don't have a CD player to hand, but I do have my laptop, and I'm just in iTunes here. Now if people say like, oh, this is an iTunes glitch or what have you, well, I can assure you that it isn't. It does actually play like this in the CD player. Now it is very subtle, so if I turn the volume right up, what I've got is the most blatant example on the disc, which is Headlong going into It's Late. And what I've done, I'm playing Headlong and I've queued up a very quiet track afterwards, Beatles track, so you can just hear the kind of quarter-second opening of It's Late just in before the Beatles track starts. So I'll just play the last 15 seconds, and just the very kind of last quarter second, you should just hear a tiny lick of It's Late. Did you hear it? It's very, very subtle, and you can hear it much better on a proper stereo. But another interesting thing about this album, if I just show it here, I've changed all these quite a couple of years ago, but originally this had lots of, I assume it was Japanese writing actually in the metadata. Now why that was, I've got absolutely no idea. I don't think I've got any left in there now. But this isn't the first disc that I've seen like this, and both these discs were actually made in EMI Swindon. But there's a recent Def Leppard disc that I have that's exactly the same, and about half the album has got metadata in what I assume is Japanese characters. Obviously I can't prove that to you, but well, I can show you the Def Leppard one, I think. Just bear with me 1 second. So I'm just doing this on the fly. Which album was it? Here we are. Let me see if this is still like that. Oh no, it's not. I must have changed it. But this is another album that's actually had metadata that was wrong. Metadata that was in what I assume is Japanese characters. So why that is, I've got no idea, but there you go. Just one of the weird vagaries of CD manufacturing, I guess. But anyway, I just show you these two covers again. This one's probably the one that's most familiar, and this one is the one that was released maybe about 3 weeks after the other one was released. I'm not sure, but I assumed at the time it was because of this mistake. The track's not being cut quite right, and I've just picked the most notable one in It's Late. So if this is a common thing, I don't know, or if anyone else has even noticed it, but there you go. Queen Rocks.